Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. President Lee Jae-myung has landed in Turkey to attend this year's NATO Summit. He will meet with NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte as well as invited guests from Japan, Australia and New Zealand to discuss bolstering partnerships. The Korean president will address the Defense Industry Forum with a focus on growing international interest in the defense industry and military spending. Later this week, Lee will fly to Ulaanbaatar and hold a summit with his Mongolian counterpart Ohunahurelsu. The leaders are expected to discuss expanding cooperation on critical minerals, trade and supply chains. Samsung Electronics has announced a record-breaking second quarter operating profit. According to a preliminary earnings report posted on Tuesday, Samsung saw operating profits of 89.4 trillion Korean won, or approximately $58.5 billion for its best quarter on record. Sales increased 129.3% year-over-year to reach approximately $111.9 billion. While market analysts had widely expected a strong performance driven by global demand for advanced AI memory chips, the report exceeded expectations to record the highest operating profits for any tech company worldwide. The finalized and fully audited financial results will be disclosed later this month following board approval. The benchmark KOSPI on Tuesday closed down 4.91% at 7,656.31 points. The massive drop triggered an intraday circuit breaker, halting trading on the main bourse for 20 minutes in the afternoon. This followed a sidecar activation earlier in the morning. The collapse was driven by a sharp plunge in major semiconductor stocks. Samsung Electronics posted an earnings surprise early in the day, with tentative revenue of 89.4 trillion won, or $58.5 billion. However, the record figure sparked aggressive profit-taking, sending its shares down roughly 6.9% to close at 296,000 won. Rival SK Hynix also tumbled, closing down 6% at 2,201,000 won. Foreign investors drove the broader market rout, dumping a net 2.9 trillion won on Tuesday alone and extending their selling streak to 13 consecutive days. Meanwhile, top diplomats of South Korea, the US and Japan, will sit down on the sidelines of the NATO Summit in Turkey. According to the Foreign Ministry here, Foreign Minister Cho Hyun will hold talks with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Japanese Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi late Tuesday afternoon local time. On their agenda are issues related to the Korean Peninsula, as well as trilateral security and economic matters. Hallyu-related exports soared almost 16% on year in 2025 to post nearly $19 billion. This is according to the Culture Ministry on this Tuesday, with officials adding that Hallyu-related exports have expanded at almost twice the pace of Korea's overall shipments overseas since 2015. By sector, music exports jumped over 80%, while tourism exports rose some 38%, amid the success of Netflix's animation K-pop Demon Hunters. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.